Hey,
Hey,
what's up?
finally it happened. Finally.
Yeah,
So how are you today?
I'm good. Just had coffee. Are you teaching class right now?
No, I'm not teaching a class. So I teach a class at my home,
Oh,
and this is the background that I always try to record in one place only because I don't want everybody to see my entire house.
yeah.
So every time I record or I do something jujitsu, I do it always on the mats with this background.
Are you doing Skype or Zoom or something like that?
I do. I do Skype. No, I don't do Skype and Zoom because I try Zoom with my students, but my students were not very attractive at Zoom, and Skype is very limited. I have a hard time to understand Skype, to be honest. So I
Yeah,
do it everywhere. I do it on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, Periscope, Twitter, um, and Instagram and TikTok, but I don't do it on Zoom.
yeah, yeah. People are doing Zoom like crazy now.
Yes, but Zoom is a good thing to keep your old students, but my old students, my students, they don't want to go to Zoom. I only have one guy was coming in Zoom, and he was not even one of my students, and he can still go watch my video on Instagram live and everything. So at the end of the day, I was like, you know what? I'm using Instagram, Zoom. I'm using Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, and YouTube, and it's more than enough.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
So what's up?
So, um, I read your book.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I bought your book and I read it.
That's
Um,
cool.
I have to be honest. I like it a lot, but I don't remember because it was like 6 months ago, something like that, that
Uh,
I bought it. Because it's 6 months that I'm trying to interview interview you. So,
yeah. I was in treatment for a lot of that time. I went into
what?
radiation. I was on radiation treatment during that time. I
Yeah.
could. I was on treatment for like the last, since October, pretty much. I had radiation treatment. I had two different types of chemo. I've been learning how to walk again. I had to go to rehab twice now, so
Wow. So
it's been hard.
you have a brain cancer because I know that you have two. You got two cancer. You got one time a cancer when you were in the military, I think. If I remember, because I read what you just sent me, but I didn't finish. I
Yeah,
didn't finish, but I was also reading your story before. So, you got
yeah. I got a. I
you were in the military after 9/11, and you got a brain cancer, very
yeah,
rare that I forget the name all the time.
yeah. I got a oligodendroglioma. That was it was kind of like half of my brain on the right side on my motor strip. It was giant, and they were only able to cut out a little bit of it, but it's been on my motor strip for years. And then 2 years ago, it just took out my left side. I went from running and doing jujitsu 3 times a week, loving it, push ups, pull ups, everything you would do to train for jujitsu. And it just, bam, it was gone. Running, 5 miles a day. Now I can't. All I can do is walk, and I'm lucky I can walk. So that's how cancer is.
Yeah, no, I can imagine. Yeah, you are the second person that interviewed that got cancer, and I always surprised me. And yeah, how this kind of thing can change a life of someone so fast.
Yeah, it's so fast. It's like I was like a strong for my girls. I was strong. I would I would wrestle with my girls in the garage and try to get them to learn some jujitsu. And then we'd go on bike rides. I rode to the beach with them. It was like 7 miles, and
Mm-hmm.
now I fall twice a day, and they're so
Yeah.
tired. Yesterday I fell 4 times. Once in the street, like in the middle of the street on gravel. And if it was a busier street, I would have been dead. But I live in the suburbs, and there's like nobody goes by, and it's like every hour there's like 3 people go by. So I'm so lucky that I have no cars on the street because I was in the absolute middle of the street, gravel. I was laying in the middle of the street. So that's the type of stuff you have to deal with. I'll tell you a couple things people don't know. When you get paralyzed, it's not like you just get paralyzed. It's something that you have to work on the rest of your life. Like I have to stretch out my arm and my hand every single day. Same with the left leg. If I don't walk every day, I'll be back in a wheelchair. It's kind of like, oh, people think, oh, you get paralyzed. Oh, that's it. It's really hard.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know that. I had no idea. I thought,
No.
in the movies, it's like somebody gets paralyzed and that's it. You know, it's not like that. Like my shirt is on backwards because, it takes me five times to put this shirt on because I have to use this arm and I have to find where it is. And I don't, sometimes I'll just won't flip it back around because it took me 5 times to put it on. I thought it was right. And then I look down and I'm like, screw it. And here's an example. Like this is a brace I have to put on my arm, and these are my fingers. They will what they do is they have this tone, and they this the tendons will shrink my hand up, and if I don't put something to keep them open, they will do that for and then until it can't be released. So the nails will just cut into the palm of your hand, and that'll be it. Your hand will be like that for the rest of your life, and then the tendons will start popping up. It's crazy. It's just like you never know what you did. You just don't know what it's gonna do until it hits you.
Yeah. No. I I never think about paralysis or nothing, and
Yeah,
is always crazy because wherever you get the cancer, it create different problem, like
yeah,
totally different problem. So every time I talk about someone that had cancer, I mean, you are the second person, but they tell me story that are totally different and vary totally. So yes, this is very interesting because yeah, it's
yeah. I
not.
wanted I wanted to tell people about paralysis because it's so interesting for other people. Like basically, when I walk, I have to have a cane. And each step I take is completely thought out. Like if I don't think it out, like I'll fall. Like, and then it's kind of like you're on the ground, and you can't get up very well, and your kids can't get you up. So
Yeah.
yeah, that's that though. What did you want to talk about?
So no, I want to talk about you, know a little bit about you, and also know about. Of course, I have a channel where I talk about jiu-jitsu. So every time I interview someone is around jiu-jitsu, but yeah, it's also about you. So you started jiu-jitsu when
Um,
after the first cancer.
yeah, I had cancer the whole time I trained. Actually, sometimes I would be on treatment, like on chemo, and I had the brain injury every time, the whole time. So
So
there
you
were
never
some,
did jiu-jitsu in perfect shape.
never, not once.
Wow.
Sometimes I would go there after getting an infusion. I mean, like I would get treatment and go to class. There's some things I can never do, and people are like, come on, you can do it." I'm like, well, I can't do it because I'm missing part of my brain. Like regular arm bars from the top position, I cannot swing my leg over like that. Never could. And they're like, "Come on, Byron, just try it." I'm like, I'm trying, but my brain does not want to do it. But
Mm-hmm.
what I did after I got paralyzed, did you see my videos of my game?
Yes, I saw the fight that you sent to me. I watched it.
Mhm.
When did you do that?
October of uh, 2019.
Oh, okay. So less than a year ago.
Um, yeah, you know what? It's funny because I was only 2 weeks. I only trained for that 2 weeks, and it was all based off the underhook, Kimura. You know,
Hmm.
you can get the Kimura on the underhook, um, and then I built everything off that underhook. Because if you underhook the arm, you got a Kimura. If you underhook with a leg, you've got so many options. Like, so what I would do is I would get the head and then push the leg. If I'm sitting in open guard,
Hmm.
and break the posture, and I've got a loop choke there. I got a there's so many options there. But if you get the leg over the back, there's like armbar every armbar you can get, and a
Yeah, yeah.
wrist
Is
lock.
is the side guard like where when you put your arm, the arms of your opponent in your armpit?
Yes,
Yes,
over
my
the leg goes under. Yeah, it's
my
weird.
wife loves to do that. She's a nightmare. He's a very violent he's a very violent submission because yeah, I think it's one of the most violent armbar that you can do. The one where you just go here and it's not even a close
And
guard. It's like
you push here.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, no, it's a very and uh if people are not used to it, they get caught and they don't know what happened.
yeah. If they don't have their elbows closed in, if they put their elbows in, they beat the game. But if you break their posture, then you could get your leg over the top.
Yeah,
And if you
no,
get
no,
it,
and you pin your two knee together.
uh, I just because I have a bad side,
Oh,
I,
okay.
I only use the right leg, and then the leg is over the top of the opponent, over
Mm-hmm.
the head, and then at that point, it's like an attacking guard. It's just
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
attacking, boom, boom, leg guard, leg, armbar. So you can get like 10 submissions when that leg goes over. And on the
Yeah,
left,
it's funny because last week or maybe 2 weeks ago, because I cannot train, I watch a lot of video, and I saw a guy. He had it 1 hour of video of exactly what we were talking.
oh wow, what
He,
did he call it?
the side guard, the the I don't know. It was a name like that. It was the quarter guy. I don't exactly know, but he was putting his foot on his hips. And
Yeah,
after he was playing the game of doing an armbar or switching the guy in omoplata,
yeah.
uh,
There's an
and
omoplata there too.
yeah, exactly. And I do that in no gi, but I don't do the armband. I just focus on because I am flexible. So I go for the gogo plata. I grab my own legs and I put it in front and I finish in choke or I sweep the guy
Yeah.
and I do that. But yeah, no, that's a very good. And someone hurt my elbow when I was a purple belt because it caught me like that, but it didn't cut me the arms extend. I had it the hands like that, and I thought there was nothing. I didn't realize it was a submission, and I didn't feel any pain. So it continued to bend, 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 bend until I hear a pop.
Yeah.
And since now, I still, when I stretch, I still
Yeah.
feel sometimes the arms popping a little bit because of that armbar. So yeah,
Yeah. Wow. So
it's a
that's legit. I didn't know that was legit. I kind of made that up for my body because I don't have but one side. So I just use that underhook. I use the underhook on everything
mm-hmm.
because I don't have but one hand.
Yeah,
So it works. So what I'm trying to do is I want to develop it, film it for people with only one side paralysis. Only one
absolutely.
side, and then I'm gonna just keep it. Maybe put it on YouTube like I did. I have a friend in California. He's on Team Megaton. You
Mm-hmm.
know, and he's gonna come to He's gonna come from California here and help me develop it more. And I'm just gonna have it as a guard for left side or one-sided paralysis.
Absolutely, and I want to watch that. I saw two video like that. So I saw a video of someone that has he cannot use the legs because he fell from a 2 or 3. He was in the building and he fell and he broke his back and couldn't use his back. So now he has it a jiu-jitsu where he was like people were cutting his back and he was doing arm bar from the back and everything. And I met another guy that he did a competition with people with paralysis, with not paralysis, but with physical disability,
Yeah.
and he was doing something that it showed me, but I forgot because I'm not using that every day. But he was like doing like a front roll or something like that. And he was catching people with show, but he could use his 2 hands. He was not able to use his legs. But yeah, so there's many ways to adapt jiu-jitsu. Like you can.
Yeah. It's so, you got an issue. There's a way to work around it. It's so crazy. I,
Yes.
I built that off of 2 weeks. Just thinking, my brain, like, how could I adapt? Is that
Mm-hmm.
guy named Brian Freeman by chance?
Brian, I'm very bad with name, man.
He's
I'm.
got no movement in his legs. His whole game is built off of Kimuras.
Oh,
Yeah.
which affiliation is it?
He'll catch him this side, and then he can roll with under it because he has no legs. There's another
Yeah,
guy.
yeah.
Yeah, there's a guy named Maximo or Maximilian. He travels all over. He shows his game too.
Oh,
But
nice. Yeah. No, that's what I find amazing about the jiu-jitsu is that it's very rare that you cannot find something. If you can move your arms or if you can move part of your body, you can find a jiu-jitsu. You can still
yeah,
adaptate a jiu-jitsu.
it takes me like a minute to stand up, but I can still on my butt like I can like submit like 10 different ways. You
Yeah.
know, it's an open guard, so I'm just on my butt.
Mm-hmm.
If somebody passes me, I can still loop choke them. If I
Yeah.
pass this way, I can still loop choke that way. If
Oh
they
yeah.
come
No.
into me, I can loop choke in the front there.
And you
I've
do
got
loop choke with one hand.
yeah, one hand in, and then I come over and I put my head down to
Oh,
finish.
you stop. Oh, okay. Use your head to stop that's nice. That's smart. Yeah.
Yeah, a lot.
Yeah.
Oh,
Absolutely.
a lot of stuff like a rear naked choke. I come in and I put my hand here, and then I push. So
Yeah.
everything is built off of this. So I can have a rear naked choke there. I can have a guillotine here, and
Mm.
I can come here. You know.
Sometimes for fun, I catch the back of someone and I go for the rear naked, the rear naked choke. But
Mhm.
what I do is I put my hands on the shoulder, on the
Yeah,
neck of the guy, and I grab it. And
yeah.
after with the back of my head, I push in.
hmm
And sometimes and I push in, and sometimes I can submit someone like that just by doing that.
Yeah, and a Kimura, since I don't have a hand, I can get on the back of it, and I put my hand up, and they grabs their hand, and so you know it's the same thing. So you got a Kimura, and you put your hand on the hand on their hand, and that makes another hand, makes a hook, and that. So
No,
yeah,
right now I don't. I'm trying to imagine how you do kimura, but I don't see. I don't cannot see how you do kimura with one hand. That's for me a mystery.
yeah. See, if you ever see that if somebody's bringing their hand over and you're on top, you can grab their
Like
hand
doing
and
like that, for example.
yeah, yeah, that way.
Oh, okay.
But then you put the hook there, and you know,
Mm.
if somebody's coming over your body, you can fake that Kimura because you can hook there. So they're bringing their far side arm,
To try when you're on the back.
yeah, and they're going to pass, and you go boop. It's really hard. It hurts a lot. So you could break somebody's arm
Oh,
fast. And you got to be careful because they're bringing the arm over your head, and then you kind of let them, which is stupid because they could get mount very easily, right?
mm-hmm.
But you're playing possum basically. And you let the hand come over your head, and then you hook under to get that hook, and then you go back. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, no, you know what? You should do that video of technique because that's a different journey that not a lot of people had from with jiu-jitsu, and it's very interesting because
hmm
it's interesting for everybody just by curiosity and also by knowledge, knowing that You can do a kimura with one hand, you can do a choke with one hand, and it still work. And you
Yeah,
just need to work on it. I mean, because,
I got.
hmm?
If you look at the videos, the playlist, I have a one-handed guillotine on there that Danaher taught me when I went to the no gi class, and it was all footlocks. And you can't do that if you can't stand and you don't have two arms. So he just wanted to show me something to give me something for showing up to the class.
Yeah.
So if you look at my playlist, there's a one-handed guillotine. Really is good, and it's all
Oh,
yeah. Check that out.
yeah,
It
yeah.
definitely works. Um, it's some of the stuff is basically you just have to adapt your body, you know. But the things are I can't stand up, so I have to pull people down or go for an underhook on their leg and try to make a ankle lock or a foot lock. You know, I have to throw them back and you know.
Hmm.
But I think I'm reaping when I do that. But you know,
That's fine. You know what? I'm I'm the guy that is absolutely not against reaping and not against heel hook. So if you're reaping, I'm like, okay,
yeah,
you're doing jujitsu for me.
yeah.
If you
I mean,
don't punch, if you don't punch me, kick me, or bite me, you're doing jujitsu for me. That's fine.
yeah. I mean, they got to give me a break because I can't stand up.
Yeah, no,
You know what I mean? Like, come on, dude. You know, I reached you, but what am I gonna do? You know?
yes, no, yeah,
I
no,
mean,
I totally agree. And reaping. You know what? The thing about reaping is that it's dangerous if you don't know how to react properly.
right. And
Okay, but
I'm not gonna hurt somebody, you know? I
yeah, but
know, yeah, I'm not
but
gonna hurt somebody.
yeah, yeah, we are not here to hurt each other. But yeah, the thing about the reaping is if you know how to react, there's no risk.
Yeah,
You just have when someone rip you, you just have to do the dead bot, dead limbs, and don't. If you want to escape, you have to slide away, but not muscle, and that's it. And you know what? I do ripping when I started with sambo.
oh, really? Wow,
Yeah,
that's cool.
and in sambo, reaping was normal. We never listen. We never. There was never a question about not allowing knee reaping. So it seems I'm like 15, even less, maybe 15 years old that I reaped. I did from 15 to 20, 21 knee reaping, and for me it was like not even a second thought.
Yeah,
And people were doing knee reaping on me, and I was not even thinking. And
yeah,
it's when I started Jiu-Jitsu, they was like, "Oh no, no, knee reaping," and I was like, "Why?
yeah,
I
yeah.
don't get it."
If I'm not gonna rip his, you know, if I'm not intentionally gonna rip his ankle out, what's the big deal, you know?
Hmm.
I mean, if I
Yeah.
know I know when I get that I'm gonna let go if I feel like I'm gonna hurt the guy.
Hmm.
It's just like getting rear naked choke. If you're gonna hurt the guy, that's different, you know. But you let go, just like every submission. You
Yeah.
let go like an arm bar. If you wanted to take his arm off, you could, but you don't want to hurt somebody, you know.
No, absolutely.
Just think about every wrist lock you do. You could totally mess the guy up, and he couldn't like type or anything, you know. Couldn't pick up a box or anything, you know.
Hmm.
But why would we do that? You know, we train together. You don't want to hurt anybody you train together with.
Yeah.
So you want to talk about anything else?
Um.
I could talk about jujitsu all day, you know.
Yeah. Me too. I don't know. It's up to you, man. I know that talking and everything make you very tired. So whenever you feel that you just want to stop, I'm already happy to have to be able to talk with you because I knew about your drawing
Oh yeah, my art.
because I was looking and I saw one of your drawing that I think you did in the bus, or maybe you find a drawing in the bus. I'm not sure. And it's funny because it was after I came back from New York, and I was at New York 2 years ago for training with John Danner and learning leg locks, and I find a letter, open letter in the bus, in the tramway, and I open, and it was a very beautiful open letter, borderline crazy, and I think I let the letter there because I was like, I didn't want it to take it from me for what I wanted to let other people read it maybe. And after you posted something about tram and drawing, so I started to read it, and I found out that you were doing jiu-jitsu, and I started to know a little bit about you like that because I saw your drawing, and I
Yeah.
draw. I also draw, but I draw for 1 week, and after I don't draw for 3 months, and I redraw for a week, and I don't draw for 3 months. So yes, I draw, but yeah, I like drawing. So and I
Cool.
like jujitsu. So yeah.
I've been doing video art lately on my Instagram. Have
Mm.
you seen it on my Instagram?
Uh,
Video. Yeah,
no,
I've been trying to figure out videos.
which
I
kind
got
of video?
from my phone. I just use iMovie or yeah, iMovie on the phone.
Mm-hmm.
Like like it's basically art movies. Like I don't know what I'm doing. I've been doing it for 2 weeks,
Yeah.
and yeah, it's fun though. If you don't know what you're doing,
I'm doing the same thing with live video. I'm just because of COVID-19, I'm locked at home, and I'm just learning how to use all the electronic. I didn't know that you could do live like 2 weeks ago. I didn't know that you could share the screen 2 weeks ago. If I
yeah,
knew that, we will have the interview way sooner.
yeah, my girls.
Yeah. So
Well, you want to call this a day because nobody, it's gonna be long, and probably people don't want to watch something this long, or you don't care. Okay,
I don't. It's up to you, man. I don't want to bother you. If you want to stop now, we can stop now. No problem.
where are you?
I'm in Toronto.
Whoa, that's cool, man.
Yeah, I'm
See,
in
isn't
Toronto.
that cool?
I'm um, I'm at home, and I'm trying to continue my jiu-jitsu journey the best as I can do. So
Man, COVID has really changed the world with how people communicate. It's crazy. I could see
yeah.
a DJ spinning in his house for 20 hours. Like the whole world is watching this guy DJ.
Hmm.
It's really interesting. Like I can see you in your house. It's so weird. I can see people training in their houses all over the world. You
Yeah.
know, you know what I mean? It's just they're still pushing it, even from their mats with nobody around. You know,
That's what I do. I mean, I'm lucky. I have a wife that she's a black belt.
wow,
So
that's cool.
she's a black belt of Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, so we can train together. But first of all, she has to. She's working on her own company. She's selling jewelry. She's
Uh huh.
on the Janine Dorini, and so she's doing her stuff. So, and second of all, she's not as motivated as me as jiu-jitsu because I do jiu-jitsu for life. She do jiu-jitsu for fun. So
Yeah.
she's already nice to give me to let me record with her five every day from Monday to Friday, an hours of jiu-jitsu with her. But Saturday and Sunday, she need a mental a mental break because she's like, I need to do something else.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jiu-jitsu for life, right?
Mm-hmm.
All
Yeah.
right, man.
Absolutely.
All right, dude. I'm
Okay.
gonna have to go. Thank you so much for talking.
No,
Uh,
my pleasure, man.
yeah. People don't know about the paralysis thing. It's really something interesting to talk about
Yes,
because
absolutely.
every step I take is like walking on lava.
Yeah.
Yeah, kind of. All right, man.
All right. Have a
Peace.
good day.
You too.
Bye.
Os.
Us.